All right. What I want to do at this point, we've gone through shading of different basic shapes, the square, the round, and the triangle. And what I want to do is do a basic band of a ring that it could be expanded in many, many different ways. In the first drawing that I want to do is just a basic simple rectangular shape in this manner, like this. And what I want to do, now I'm going to do it with my hand rough, just so it's just to give you an idea of how I approach it. I have kind of a center line because I want to draw a side view because there should be 3 views of the ring. And rather than drawing an oblique angle, I prefer drawing mechanically so that if it's going to go to a model maker, for instance, that they can understand it more fully. This also projecting the other way would give you a tapered shank. This could also be like a wedding band. A wedding band is the same size all the way around, but in the case of this ring, I'm making it so that it has a tapered effect on it. It's almost non-noticeable. If there were just a slight curve right in here, you'll notice it much more in a larger version. But here, I think that it gives you some kind of a feeling of the 3 basic views. What I'm going to do on this, I'm going to go directly into shading on this particular piece and go to a shading where the light again is always coming from upper left and going up from here into the top of the shank. The shadow would be below here and maybe a little intense down here and get a little softer as it comes up. The same here where there leaves a little highlight there that it doesn't lose its shape. And this way you have this kind of a look. Next, on this view, you have a curvature underneath where it's tapered down. I'll make a little square here and bring the shadow up the same way like this, and so that it looks like this, and the top will be the same way. Have that little tiny bit of highlight, just residual from the light as it came around from the shadow from below because it curves downward. Now the other part is here, the light coming from this direction. You might cast a shadow if this is rather mechanical and geometrically cut, very flat. You would have shadows that would band across the ring in this manner, like this, showing you the contour of the ring, basically, how it looks with the flat built into it, and it looks like more of a mechanical look to it, like that. So this was what you would end up with, is basically like this. Now if I continue on this in other shapes, such as if I go with a same basic, I'll leave it the way it is, a curved shape. This could be solid all the way around. But if you notice, these lines were going across on here. But on this one, this is curving. This has a curved effect, like this, curving, like this. And it's the same, if I've drawn it where this is straight, then when I go out this way and I do the other view, which is a straight view also, it's almost a mirror image of this piece and would have exactly the same shading because of the light source coming from this direction. And this would come up like this, and this would come across like that. But what would happen on the side is you would have these little shadows that travel up the side like this. That actually helps you with the understanding of the curvature of the metal, like this. And I think that this gives you an idea of a basic ring. Now when you come, and I'm going to try to draw this the same way, coming from the side view, there would be one circle, one inside the other, in this manner, like this. It'll be the same thickness all the way around, basically. I've eyeballed it here. I'm kind of just guessing at the shape. And here, what you're going to do is the light source is from here. you're going to have the shadow in here. That's the curvature inside the ring. Here you're going to have it on the outside because it's the back side away from the light. So this shadow comes like this on the outside. This would fade out here. This would fade out here on this side. So it creates a rounded effect on the ring. And you can see that it's softer here. You can darken these a little more to bring out the detail of that curvature if you want. My pencil's getting a little dull here. But that gives you an effect of doing that type of thing. Now if I continue on and I make a more dramatic, say it's a very bold, thick ring like this, but I want to make this so that this tapers down like this, that means that this line is not straight. This has to curve, and this has to curve to meet the halfway point so that you have this kind of an effect. Now, if I were to take this and curve this in like this, have this round out here coming up like this, and what's going to happen here is that because this is curved here, that curve is going to follow in here. So we may find a little bit of it here and a little bit of it here. So now that this is curved in, this is curved out, and when we start to go up in this, these lines are going to curve in this effect like this. You might even have this part like this because the light source is here. You're going to have some shadow actually going into that portion of the ring, creating this kind of an effect into the ring like this. A little less on this side because the light coming here is going to hit this side, but this is going to be like this. Now the same thing here. When you come here, you're going to see the shadow is going to be coming down into this part of the shank. This is coming up, maybe round from the bottom, but as it comes up, it starts to meet that curvature at the bottom. And that's how this looks, like this, from this side. The other view here will give you effect of a very thick effect of the ring like this. It's thinner here. And you won't see any of the inside, but what you will see here is you'll see a curvature in here like this that's really strong on this side. It's inside the ring like this, coming around here. Then you have the roundness of the shank here at the bottom like this. So you have that softened area inside the ring. This is the softened area inside where the finger goes through, and it looks like that. So that's how that works. I thank you very much for looking at this, and you have a great day.